Welcome to the pitch where dreams are made and legends are born. I'm here to dive into the alpha of Goals, a new free-to-play esports ready football game that's already turning some heads. You can get access to it in the Xbox Insider app right now if you want to give it a test. But buckle up, because this football game's actually got some serious promise. So, what does this game actually feel like? The pitch feels alive. It doesn't necessarily have the same detail of what we're used to from current football games, but there's certainly some elements in the crowd system that stands out arguably more than the current offerings on the market from the big publishers. But in essence, for those that are familiar with playing football games for as long as I have, and believe me, it's been since 1989 since I touched my first football game, this feels like Pro Evolution Soccer 6 meets FIFA 09, but with some modern touches in here. You could see from the gameplay where things are a little bit clunky. This is an alpha, but I think it's got a ton of promise, which makes me so excited about talking about this. And unbelievable, really, when you think about how dry it was for football games to have a glut of new challenger brands breaking through. So if you've ever smashed through PES's passing system back on the 360 entry days before Konami really messed the thing up, it's got a touch of that, but it also has a touch of the FIFA 09 personality to it. Gameplay feels relatively responsive, fluid in places, clunky in others, but it carries enough of that arcade flair to hook you. Is fluent body character animations as the latest esports football, EA Sports FC? Totally not. But this is a game from a new dev, and it's an alpha, right? So that's to be expected. What I like about this is that there are elements of Goals that is carving its own path in the system. Its nearest direct challenger really is, you could argue, esports football, since it's free to play, or more notably recent UFL. But it's doing certain things that are unique selling points, and that's so important. I also like with this game is it's borrowed a little bit of a mechanic from the Battle Royale system. You know, when you get the zonal timeout of what's happening on screen, it nudges you towards getting to the next area. This game uses a similar thing, but it doesn't impact the gameplay. It will show visually on the pitch as the last few minutes before half time and full time, just some of that illustration that kind of adds an extra sense of drama to getting closer to that full-time whistle. Just adds that added suspense. But yeah, in terms of the rough edges of the game, let's get into some of this. What needs immediately fixing from the alpha is the corner kick system. Currently it is way too sensitive. You can barely touch the power on that, and you'll balloon it over to the other side of the pitch. And then there's a pace issue that I've found, which for a free-to-play game, they need to balance this. It's going to be so important that it's just not a pay advantage situation here. I played a couple of teams where they had very, very pacey attackers, and we're having flashbacks here to FIFA 19, whereby the attacking pace stats of the attackers vastly outweigh those of the defenders, therefore causing a problem. So, you know, Usain Bolt-like strikers can literally zoom past defenders, and that is not ideal, to say the least. The problem, though, is exacerbated by the fact that defenders currently push up on the last passer of the opponent's attacking side. So even if they want to turn round and start to chase that attacker, they're stuck. There's no way of them really getting back. If you've got a pacey attacker, you can pretty much guarantee a one-on-one situation against the goalkeeper there. So those sluggish turn animations aren't helping currently, and Goals needs to balance and tighten that up in order to keep matches balanced and fair. And with it being a free-to-play game, it's going to be interesting to see how they delicately balance that, because, you know, you could buy a whole bunch of in-game currency, get higher ranked players, and have an edge. There has to be a balance between the two. I didn't mind it so much when it was happening on FIFA 9. It did have these major setbacks on FIFA 19, which were unaddressed in the later FIFA games, like FIFA 21, you could still play an opponent with a 5-star rated team and find ways to win those matches against the best players, even with bronze-related foot teams, And that was by leveraging a much deeper tactics engine. So parking the bus, for instance, having your wingers always stay tracked back and all of that stuff. As long as there's ways to circumvent and get around those issues, then I think they should be able to balance it okay. So where its nearest competitor for me is UFL. And I want to stack this up to where UFL was, because I checked UFL at the time they were in their alpha as well. And while UFL leans on its Cristiano Ronaldo partnership and it's a solid free-to-play model, Goals feels more polished and purposeful at this stage in the development process. It really does. It plays a better game of football at this stage of its development lifecycle. And in a market that has gone from a football game drought to a flood of challenges like UFL and Rematch, Goals is holding its own. But with so many options, it's got to keep swinging in order to be able to stand out. I mean, it's a partially unfortunate, really, for the developers of this game to actually go through a period of time where football games is having a bit of a renaissance. Hark back less than 5 years ago, there was never any challenges really to esports football from Konami or EA's FIFA or EA Sports football series. Now we've got a glut of different ones kicking about. So here's a couple of suggestions for the developers in order to continue on those unique selling points, because that golden goal rule is a USP. So is that battle royale style countdown, a bit of a USP there too. The golden goal is a pivotal USP for me. I really enjoyed the fact that the match doesn't end on a draw and you can keep playing until that next goal scorer comes about. I think that's superb. It's like overtime mode on Rocket League. I like that a lot. But where they could really soar it is where EA had features back in the early 2000s of their games that they dropped. Never brought them back, never made any sense for them to get rid of them in the first place. One of these is custom tournaments. Imagine you are a content creator, or you just have a close knit of friends on FIFA and you just want to create a custom tournament where you can take on each other in a league bracket system. You play each other twice, the top of the league leader wins that particular tournament. FIFA doesn't have that anymore. They've opted to go down the pro clubs narrative, but actually people might want to play other people in a more of a traditional league style. That's what I'd love to see Goals do, and if they do it, believe me, they're going to get a lot of support for a system like that. And if they really want to amp things up to the next level, imagine, and I had one of the co-founders or the founder of this game actually contact us back on the Eternal Backlog X account, confirming that they do technically have a spectator mode, which I think they could probably bust out for esports events. But they're looking at possibly making this as something that they bring into the game for the average user, possibly. No confirmed commit. But imagine if you had that. If you're running a YouTube channel or just have a couple of mates and you want to see that pivotal game in like your league bracket and being able to tune in and watch that match. And if you really want to amp it up a notch, imagine if you could be the designated football commentator. That would be superb. They are also looking at voice chat for this game, because I said something's been lost massively really over sort of the last 15 years, and that is the fact that once Xbox parties, which is a great example, party chats in general came out, less and less games adopted an open voice mic system for games. And it was really the football games when you had the open mic chat was where I discovered like new friends on my friends list that I wanted to play matches against. Yeah, sure, you have the toxicity of the audio chat, but to be honest with you, they could circumvent this similarly to what Psyonix did, that said, look, we're bringing voice chat back to Rocket League because you guys requested it. you've got to sign some type of disclaimer or waiver to say, look, yeah, that comes with the territories of toxicity, and it should be treated as such. It's just it's a disclaimer that you write up to or whatever, because you're losing a whole bunch of potential much more dramatic matches by actually playing opponents you can hear on the other side of the mic. And sometimes it's congenial, sometimes it can get a little bit toxic. Sometimes that is what is also slightly beautiful about the experience of playing these games. It's keeping your cool, So I'd love to see them bring that back. That would just be incredible if they were to bring open voice chat to these matches. I will definitely play that game because it's been lost. It's been lost in favor of private parties and voice chat over that. And that's just not the same. Overall then, Goals is looking really good considering where the stage of it is. And if you are viewing the ratings in the Xbox store, I would take them with a pinch of salt. I think people are expecting this game to be be at FIFA grade level straight out of the box. I actually appreciate its slightly slower gameplay speed level compared to EAFC. What are we on now? 25, which is just a dream for a person who likes to run the ball into the box themselves, use a million different tricks, and then go and score. This game actually appreciates people that like to play football, how actual footballers play football, pass the ball around, find space, lofted through balls, intricate passes. This game appreciates that, and whilst it's clunky in places and you can't necessarily get exactly what you're looking for, they keep finessing the algorithm and the physics engine here. They've got something really, really nice on their hands. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving Goals a chance. I've been Nomad from Eternal Backlog. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please share if you've got a football fan that you want to kind of say, I'd like to be able to get more people that I know playing this game, then send them this video too.